Greetings and welcome back to Pennington Highlights. I'm your host, Hunter Karen, and today I'm joined by my media team colleague, Baz. How you doing today?
I am chilling like a villain. I did something to my leg, so that's fun, but I'm chilling.
Alright, for today's topic on Pennington Highlights, we're going to be bringing up a pretty interesting story from back in June. So, we're working a game up at Pennington. It's a charity soccer event. And we don't really know what it's about. Like, we don't have like any info on it.
Right.
As soon as we get there, we're told by our director, "Hey, so, the Queen of Uganda's here today." Just casually.
Yeah, it was kind of surprising because you don't expect to go to a charity soccer game and immediately be told, "Hey, there's gonna be a queen. We don't know which queen, but a queen. So do what you will with that information and, have fun."
Yeah, so I got like an immediate sense of pressure, like, should we even be here? Are we qualified to work cameras in the presence of royalty?
No, I'm not.
I'm definitely not either. But it was a pretty interesting game. I got to meet a couple of interesting people. Like, there was this one guy from Uganda. He was singing the Ugandan anthem. He was really nice, really sweet guy.
One thing I will say is they had some really weird demands. Like, because I remember hearing on comms constantly, and show image of the queen, and play this, and show image of the queen. And then they had a really bad, computer-made, ad.
It was like they had this CGI video of showing, okay, so if you donate to this game, we're gonna build this. And it was just
it was
very low-budget CGI.
They didn't render it, and you could tell they didn't render it. They just exported it, and we're like, all right, here we go. But I also can't blame them, because, you're doing what you can with what you got, and they did pretty well for what they had, better than what I could do, so I'll give them credit there.
Anyways, I'd like to cut real quick as we hear a word from our sponsor today. If you like this podcast and want to hear more, check out Hunter's Real World, a comedic series hosted by yours truly, as I share stories with others about wild misadventures I've encountered along the way.
And I realize these doors are not opening.
Well, the limousine brings the guy out, and this time it was Jimmy Stewart.
You only made this podcast to bring it up, didn't you?
You're my Jamaica. And start singing that song.
I haven't taken a moment to realize how surreal this is. Hunter's Real World, available on Spotify and YouTube. Anyways, back to the podcast.
One thing that has always stuck out with me, at this game in particular, was the fact that the queen and her security guards, I don't think they liked me. Because, so for reference, I was on the field running field cam. Because that's just where I'm at most of the time. Yeah, if you go to a football game, I'm probably on the field running field cam. I would try to get shots of the queen, and I'd get mean mugged by all their security. And I don't mean nice mean mugged, I mean stay away mean mugged.
I kind of got that presence after the game. I wanted to get a picture with the queen just to kind of brag to everybody. Hey, guess who I met today? And oh my gosh, it was so awkward after the game. I literally walked in front of the family and I'm like, hey, can I get a picture? And the queen just looks at me like, who are you? Yeah. And I actually ran into her earlier in the game. The thing that will stick with me the rest of my life is the Princess of Uganda, who's around our age, immediately pointed out to her grandmother, "That's the cameraman." So yeah, that's gonna haunt me till the end of my dreams.
One last thing that I think is really funny. What hotel was it? It was if you are, what's the nicest? If you're a hick from the sticks, essentially, this hotel. It was like a motel. What was it?
The Motel 6?
Yeah, it was like the Hotel 6 that they were staying in. And to them, that was considered luxury. And honestly, I don't blame them. It kinda is.
Yeah, I guess so.
Depending on where you're from.
Well, everyone, that concludes this week's episode of Pennington Highlights. As always, I'm Hunter Curran, and we will see you again next time.